and thank you for coming. I did a lot of work yesterday on this old, strange, blue, shrouded, bezeled pet, and I had some moments of frustration, deep frustration. Mostly because, and I'm sure this is why they ended up putting a power connector on the circuit board, of the 5 wires that go into the circuit board, 2 of them are mighty thick. And although they're the same, the red wires, one of them I had just a, how do I say this? A hell of a time. I had a hell of a time getting it in. It was horrid. Anyway, it is in. So, now I need to take the ROM chips out of this machine that should be in this machine, move a little RAM, because I did find 2 bad RAM chips, and plug it in and turn it on and see what happens. Because, you see, every other chip that I tested, and I tested all the chips that are in sockets, are good. But of course, there was one ROM chip that had a weird thing going on with the pin, and then I discovered definitely there was something weird going on with the socket. Now, had I changed all the RAM chips or checked all the RAM chips first and never touched that chip, I don't know. It wasn't bent up and not in. It was bent to the side. But even still, as close as I could look into the hole of the socket, I couldn't really see where the pin, the thing that was supposed to make contact was. Anyway, I replaced the socket. That's why I had to remove the power wires and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And if you've been watching, you've seen all this. So, let the games begin. First, I need to open this pet. And inside of it are all of the ROMs that came out of this machine, as well as all the ROMs that came out of this machine. Alright. One thing I did do, to make sure I hadn't got any bad things going on with the power, is I did do continuity tests between all the wires on there to make sure I didn't have overlapping solder and other horrible possibilities. So, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to take these all out, one at a time, turn them over, put them inside, line them up, carefully, and in preparation that they would be returned. Now the thing about these chips is they are upgraded. They are 2.0 ROMs. And I really got to check and see. Like, this machine worked, but there were some not terrible things, just a little strange. I wonder if there's something else that is supposed to be changed when you change to the 2.0 ROMs. Now, because I'm here, and I have the light on, and I hate leaving things sitting around in case they should get messed up, like by my sleeve. This light is not in the best of positions. I think I'm going to put these chips back into the machine from whence they came. And of course I'll turn it on so that I can have just the good feeling of knowing that this machine is still happy. So I've already checked all the pins on these, and the sockets are good, and they should just all go in tickety. Boo. They should, and so far they have. This one, I'm sensing a little apprehension. Okay, so they're in. So this machine should be back to the way it was, and it should come up, and it should be fine. And it is. Good stuff. So I think I will close it. Rewind it. And if I remember rightly, I have turned the tape over so that the long version that takes up all the memory is right ready to go. So I look over here and I see 7 ROM chips. The first one I'm going to put in is the one that caused me to do the surgery. At least I think I am. No. All right. Let me just look carefully at this. Now this is a different socket. So it might need a little. Okay. And it's in. That was the chip that had the waggle with the pin that caused me to think that there was something troubling. And I believe there was. Otherwise I would not have gone to the trouble that I did to change the socket. These sockets are very how do I put that? You got to be very exact, and you got to have the pins just so. They do seem to be very small. I mean the holes. You got to be bang on, or trouble will ensue. So we have three little ROM chips. 4. 5. 6. 7. They're all back home and in the right order, and I'm just looking very carefully for any possible pin trouble. Now I'm going to move a couple of RAM chips, because out of the 18 in the machine I did find 2 that were bad. So most critical, this machine will not operate unless it has good RAM in the first 4 and one of the ones that was bad was there. So that is what gives me hope that when I plug this in, after having shuffled these round chips over, that it will work. Alright. It is almost time. So, do I think this is going to work? I would definitely like to think so. It will not work though if I do not plug in the connector to the monitor. At least I won't be able to see it. So, let us see what we have to see. And it has kind of a funny cord, and I'm not sure where the funny cord is right now. Oh, I think this is it. Yep. So, just a moment. I'll make sure the power switch is off. I'll plug this in. Take the screwdriver out. I don't have it fully secured, but oh well. Alright. Lower the lid. And here is the moment of truth. Time to turn it on. Let's see what's what. Now, there is one humble thought that comes to mind. Well, I'll know in a second. Yeah, it's turned on. It's plugged in. But nothing is appearing on the screen. Let's open it up. Ow. Boy. This not garage, hood opener is very tight. Oh, okay. We have something upon the screen. We do. Now you do remember, I checked every major chip that's in a socket in the other machine, and it worked just fine. But there are many other chips in these machines, and components, and things. So I'm just checking to see if anything feels unusually hot. And some of the round chips do feel pretty warm. Let's give that another go. except for our light show earlier. We are not getting any display. But I tell you, there are, I mean, a lot of these round chips and the round chips that I've just put in, definitely they're feeling hot. But you know, they're supposed to get warm. Usually I find the thing that kind of tips you off is if you put your finger on one and you say, ow, then that is bad. I'm checking the configuration of the chips. They're all in there as they should be. I'm going to turn this off again. And I'm going to turn it on. And I'm going to put my finger on other chips. These ones all seem to be pretty cool. Oh, okay. We have our strangeness back on the screen again. And then it went away. But why did it come? Why did it go? I don't know. Oh, things are back. I wonder if when I touch something here, like I last had my finger sort of over here, do things change? I don't know. So I guess I'm trying to use myself as a bit of a heat sink, and there is definitely some heat here. Well, I suppose one thing I could do would be to take out my meter and see what I can see. Now, I am not the most confident when poking around with a meter, but I know it should do. Oh, there we go again. Oh, we're back again. I know it should not do any harm here. get the wires unsnarled. Alright. So I would rather do this without the board attached, but I can't do that. So I'm going to touch onto here. I'm going to touch onto here. And it looks like just about 9. And I think that's okay. So I'm going to go back to what I believe is the ground. And touch onto here. And I get nothing. Maybe I have that backwards. But I don't think so. I don't think so. I mean, there could be power troubles here. It's coming up negative. Alright. I'm going to try something. And I suppose it would help tremendously if I had the meter in a better position so that I could actually see the numbers. Alright. So I'm going for what I think is maybe the ground. I'll try what I did before. And I see just about 9. I'm going to go next door, and it comes up negative. I'm going to go next door, and it comes up negative. I'll go into the back, and I see about 9. So, because you know what I'm feeling. I'm feeling, well, I guess everything has some warmth to it. Rudy, where are you, Rudy? Rudy is a fellow I know who has done a lot of this stuff for a very long time. Alright, I'm going to be very careful here. I'm going to touch those, and I get a negative. Why? I'm going for what I think is the negative. Sorry. And I get 9 volts. But on the brown wires, oh, we're back. I think I need to do a little research. On what voltages I'm supposed to be having here. Anyway, as you see, we have lots of stuff on the screen. We do. See, this would be the time that I would really love for this board to be, to have a plug. So I could take it out, plug it in another machine, have a go. Well, I think it's time. Ooh. If I can get there. this off and let it rest. Let's see what's what. At least this machine is still happy. Let me just roll on down here. Now this machine, it too, should come up and look quite fine. And it does. I'm going to turn that off for a second. I'm going to remove the power connector from the board. How neat is that? I'm going to turn it back on. And I'm going to bring my meter and my illumination down here. All right. So as I have another machine right here, I don't feel bad about touching things. What's going on here? Where is the black? Okay, there's the black wire. And I'm going to touch this onto the brown. Now that's weird. That's weird. What's going on here? Things are coming up negative. Why? Do I have this set properly? I think so. Do I have these things on the wrong thing? No, I don't. Oh, baffled. Oh, turn this off. Put this back on here and pray that it still works. And it does. Okay. I don't know. I don't know. What I do know is that this is still not working. But yet, all the chips that I tested work. Now, I don't think I did any damage with my soldering. I don't know. Anyway, I gotta do some more power supply research and investigation. I do. Well, this is not the euphoric, utopia, glorious, yay, it works moment that I was hoping for. Ah, well. I guess that's it for now. If you have any comments, especially about power supplies and things, please write to me. Anyway. Thanks for coming. Sorry we didn't have a happy ending. Yet. Bye for now.